Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Master Chief figure, and it is by 1000 Toys. And on the back shows Master Chief 1000 Toys Mark V. Alright, so here we have Master Chief outside of packaging, and you can see he's already holding on to his rifle here. And let's take a look at other accessories first. It comes with a pair of fists, and then a pair of trigger finger hands, a pair of open hands, a pair of energy sword holding hands, and then a pair of salute hands, and then a pair of clamps for the pistols. Here are the two pistols, and he comes with an energy sword. And again, he is holding on to a rifle. And the energy sword is kind of cool. It is made out of softer plastic, but not that soft, so it does keep its shape nicely. But if you accidentally bend it, it wouldn't break on you. And this figure also comes with an instruction piece right here. It tells you how to attach the rifle. There are two back pieces, two little nubs back here, panels. You need to remove them in order for you to peg the rifle onto. And then it shows that you can remove the side piece around the thigh area and replace it with the clamp, so you can hold the pistols, one on each side. Alright, so here we have Master Chief, again holding on to the rifle. Just want to show you guys how he looks with it on. So he could definitely achieve this pose quite nicely, actually. See, looking down the sight, shooting someone. Does it look big? I'm not sure. I think it's okay. And there's the rest of him. And I'll go over the design a little bit. And one thing I didn't like is the peg system for the wrist is so tiny and is so in there. They didn't give you a little bit. They should have given you a little bit more room for you to peg. It's for easy pegging. Because right now, when you peg the hand on there, it could peg there, but if you rotate the hand, it'll pop right off. It's just so tiny. It's not giving you enough room for the socket joint to grab onto. So yeah, it's annoying. That's one really annoying part about this figure. It's that the peg system is so tiny. It's right up here, and then it's only half is attached, so you gotta be careful. I would suggest heating up the hands before you put them on, because you might run the risk of breaking that peg off, because again, only half is attached to the piece there. So you gotta be super careful. If you push it the wrong way, you might break that piece completely off. Alright, so here's the front view of Master Chief, and I mean, there's a lot wrong with this figure. The design is completely wrong. I mean, it doesn't look like the Chief from the game at all. I mean, it is a Chief, but it is a stylized Chief, so I don't know if this is gonna appeal to a lot of fans from the Halo universe, because look at those thunder thighs, they're really weird looking. And then the ankles, I mean the lower legs are kind of skinny, too skinny. Then the arms, I don't know, I mean even the head sculpt is kind of weird too. He doesn't look like that. He definitely doesn't look like this. And yeah, but it's definitely a stylized version. And here's the back side of Chief, and then these are the two panels that they mentioned before in the little flyer to take off, to remove in order to peg the rifle on there. And this figure is made out of 100% hard plastic. Previous 1000 Toys figures, like the whatchamacallit, the Hellboy, that one has a squishy torso. This one does not. It has completely hard plastic, so that's nice. So as far as articulation, head is on the board joint, but it is very limited as far as range of motion. I mean, he could turn side to side a little bit, not a whole lot. You can see, like yeah, not that great. I mean, I thought he could do a little bit more, but looking up, he could look up about that much, and then looking down, if you're not adjusting the neck section, the lower, well, it's more of a chest section, which I'll tell you in a sec. But if you're just adjusting the helmet, that ball joint could go down about that much, and then here you can see the neck section. It's all the way down here, so the ball joint is all the way almost to the chest section. So you can see this portion could go way down. So if you want to look down, you can look way down the two-piece, and then you could stick him, lean him forward a little bit, and then look up. It's kind of strange, but he could do that. And then so range of motion is actually pretty good for what it is. Especially with the helmet and the armor that he has on, with the collar like that, he could. Nothing's impeding his articulation here, so he can look all the way to the side. You just have to lean his head forward a little bit to do that. Otherwise, if you're just arching it all the way back, it's hindered by this all the way around. So he barely has any movement, but if you lean his head forward a little bit, then you could get full range, so that's nice. And as for the shoulders, they look like it's ball joint attached to the chest, and then there's a hinge joint right here, and then bicep does have a swivel, and then elbows double jointed, so it gives you about that much until it hits the armor. And then ball hinge wrists with the ball joint attached to the hand, which is very, very tiny and flimsy. Wish they made it a little stronger and a little thicker. And then as for the torso, chest, arch back, quite a bit. Lean forward, not so much. And then with the waist, you could go about that much. Arch back, about that much. And then as for the legs, they are on these hinge joints, just like McFarlane's doing. And then this piece here does move up and down, kind of like the Mayfax Iron Man, where they had this piece up. You could move up and down to let his leg move a little bit more. This gives him better range of motion, so he could go up to about 90 degrees. And knee bend. This piece is kind of strange because it's just there, straight. But if you cover it with the knee pad, it looks a little bit better. So you bend this leg about that much. And ankles, actually I'm not even sure what's joint here, but it gives you full range, definitely full range. It does pivot left and right quite a bit. And there's also toes articulation, just a little bit. So as far as range of motion, again, with 1000 toys, it definitely didn't disappoint with the range of motion. So let me lower this piece back down so you can lower this. So I could give you a little more range. So yeah. So yeah, as far as range of motion, he could do quite a lot, actually. Oh, he does have a butterfly joint right there. Look at that. Swing all the way around, too. So swing all the way around, so I get the side. Same thing. So that's nice, actually. So he could hold on to a blaster quite nicely now. So I'll do like this, a little bit like this. So yeah, quite nice as far as range of motion. You could do a lot with this guy. And with the ankle being able to pivot left and right quite a bit, he is very balanced. Look, he's holding on to his pistol, getting ready to shoot someone, and look, he's bending his foot back here, and it's working for him too. Very nice. And Chief could definitely do a kneeling pose, but not really a landing pose like any of the Iron Mans from SHF. But it is very impressive that he's able to do this. A lot of figures wouldn't be able to let you do this, but yeah, I like it. But design-wise, you have to really like it because it is stylized, and if you don't mind that, then you'll like it. And also, you will have to be able to get used to those wrists. They're being so darn small. So, I mean, if you could overlook that and the design, then you'll like this figure. And here's a size comparison between three figures. We have Stormtrooper from Hasbro Black Series on the left, 1,000 toys in the middle, and then Jazzwares on the right here. So he's right in the middle. He is definitely shorter than Master Chief from Halo, what is it, Infinite? So yeah, Halo 1, from Halo 1 to Halo Infinite, did his size grew? I don't know. I'm not that, I mean, I don't know all the info about Master Chief when it comes to Halo, so, but whether they're in scale, I am not sure. I think he might be more in scale. No, I don't think Master Chief is that short, around the 112 scale, because these are like massive human. So I think the Jazzware has it correct. So which means 1,000 toys, Master Chief is a little short. And here's the body proportion you guys could take a look at. And I think Jazzware did an amazing job with it as far as the body proportion. 1,000 toys, again, very stylized, so is definitely not accurate. I don't think it's accurate at all. Like those thighs, they're too curvy. They look very feminine. And yeah, and then down here is kind of super skinny too, so I don't know, doesn't really work for me. And the waist kind of skinny. The arms also could have beefed up a little bit. Helmet design's a little off, so yeah, definitely not accurate to the game. So if you're okay with stylized version of Master Chief, then you might be okay with it, but it does cost a lot. This Master Chief is about $124, so very expensive for a 1/12 scale figure. If I were you, I would just go with the Jazzwares and skip the 1,000 toys completely, because I'm a little disappointed with the design, and articulation is good, but I could live without the articulation when Jazzware has it so accurate. It looks so much better. Even though Jazzware does have issues with their figures, but for the price point, Jazzware is $20, while this one is $124. So you're saving $100. You could buy a lot more with $100 than to waste your money on this Master Chief here. So there you go. There's the 1,000 toys Master Chief. Not something I would recommend. Thanks for watching.